The HSE stats on workplace injuries across Great Britain for 2024 to 2025 gives us a clear and important picture of the risks workers continue to face, as well as the progress that's been made in some areas. The latest data shows that 124 workers sadly lost their lives in work-related accidents during 2024 and 2025. Every one of these deaths represents not just a stat, but a person, a family, and a workplace deeply affected. Although fatal injuries have reduced significantly over the long term, the rate has remained relatively flat over the past decade. When we look at non-fatal injuries, the scale becomes even more striking. According to the Labour Force survey, an estimated 680,000 workers experienced a non-fatal workplace injury in the past year. Of these, 59,219 cases were reported by employers under RIDDOR. These incidents have a significant impact on the productivity and well-being. The HSE reports that 4.4 million working days were lost in 2024-25 as a direct result of non-fatal injuries. This includes time off for recovery, medical care, and the wider ripple effects on the teams and organisations. The long-term trend also gives us a valuable insight. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, self-reported non-fatal injury rates were generally decreasing. Today, the rates seen in the last 3 years are very similar to those recorded before the pandemic in 2018 to 19, suggesting that progress has stalled rather than a continual downward trend. Meanwhile, employer-reported non-fatal injuries under RIDDOR continue to show a clear downward trend, which may reflect improvements in safety practices and reporting culture. The HSE also highlights the most common kinds of accidents reported by employers. The leading causes are handling, lifting or carrying injuries, 30%, slips, trips or falls at the same level, 17%, struck by a moving object, 10%, acts of violence, 10%, and finally, falls from height, 8%. These 5 categories account for a major proportion of reported workplace incidents, and they highlight the ongoing need for risk assessment, safe systems of work, and effective staff training. We also get a clearer breakdown of injury severity. Of all self-reported workplace injuries, 82% resulted in up to 7 days off work, while 18% led to more than 7 days absence. This demonstrates that even injuries considered minor on paper can have a significant impact on both workers and employers. Finally, the estimated rate of self-reported workplace non-fatal injuries per 100,000 workers has reduced considerably since the early 2000s. However, the pandemic years created disruption in the data, and the overall pattern now shows a further improvements are still needed. These stats reinforce the importance of prioritising health and safety across every workplace. Effective risk management, staff awareness and a strong safety culture are essential, not only to prevent injuries, but also to protect the well-being and livelihoods of workers across Great Britain.